and that was City of Angels.
That's correct.
The best, worst movie ever.
That was the first movie I ever went on a date to see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, mine was Titanic. Which is another terrible movie to go to in terms of love story, right? And then also you had to be committed because it's a long one. If you really didn't like the guy, it was going to be kind of a long night. That's funny that you remember that, Rhino.
I was so young I had to be dropped off by my mom.
And picked back up.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the days. Oh, okay. Well, City of Angels, though, that's a good Valentine's movie, but it's not out, at least I don't think. Or are they re-releasing it? They may. You never know. But Tanya's here on Friday to talk movies. And I almost texted you last night, Tanya, to be like, did you get to see it? Did you get to see it? And because I knew you were going on Thursday, I was like, no, I'm not going to ruin my your surprise for us for today. So I know you went and saw it, correct?
I did, and
that's the Marvel movie, sorry.
Yeah.
Not City of Angels.
So this one is the newest Captain America. It's called Brave New World, and it's sort of kicking off another phase of the Marvel world, which I've lost track. I just can't keep up anymore. But this one, if you watch the TV series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this movie just kind of picks up where that series left off. And so you saw Sam, who was the Falcon, at the end of Endgame.
You know that
Captain
transition's
America gave
coming.
him his...
How many years ago has that been?
Gosh, I don't know. It's probably 6 or 7, maybe. It's hard to believe, but a lot of time's gone by. But Sam gets the shield from Captain America, and he tells him, Steve Rogers tells him, you are, the next Captain America, or that's implied. And Sam's wrestling with that in the series. And you see through the series, at the end, he decides, yes, I am going to do this. And so this movie, right off the bat, we see him as Captain America. And let me just tell you, he is Captain America 2.0. I mean, not only does he have the cool suit and the gadgets and everything, but it's all even bigger and better because he's got the help of the Wakandans. They've lent him,
outfits,
all of their gadgets and knowledge. And so he's got all kinds of cool stuff that he uses.
Because the original Captain America, he had went through that, weird scientific, whatever thingy-madoodle.
Yeah, he was like a super soldier, and Sam's just a normal guy. Yeah. And that's part of his wrestling with this too. But long story short, he is asked by the president, played by Harrison Ford, to kind of put the Avengers back together. And the reason is there's this new island that's been discovered, and it's got a precious metal on it, and everybody wants it. And so he sees the value of the Avengers to keep law and order in the world. And anyway, so a lot of the characters from the TV series are in this one. Harrison Ford is fantastic. There's a scene where he's on Air Force One, and it made me think of the movie Air Force One. And I was like, that's kind of cool to see, all these years that have gone by. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but I loved this movie. I thought the action was great. And as much as I love Marvel movies, often they're a little bit too long sometimes, and there's often lulls in their movies. And I'm not complaining because it's worth it, but this one is just perfectly cut. It's not too long. There is no boring minute. The action, the actors, everything was great.
Well, good.
So definitely,
see it.
Yeah, if you're in the Marvel world, and that's the other thing, I keep talking about the TV series, but if you went and saw this and have never watched the TV series, you'll be fine. They fill you in. And honestly, the TV series was out like in 2021. And I had forgotten more than I remembered. Yeah. And, I was still able to keep up.
And as most Marvel movies, that's all I think. They're family friendly. Take the kid.
Yeah,
I mean if they're going to like it, they like the last ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, they're known for their post-credit scenes.
Okay.
And right after the first, they usually do the big credits, and then you get a scene, and then the little credits, and then you get a scene. Well, there's not a first scene. And so I was like, oh my gosh, maybe with this ushering in of the new era, maybe they're going to stop doing that, But there is a post-credit scene.
You just have to hang for it.
And it's a good one, so you don't want to get up.
Don't want to get up unless you really have to pee.
Yeah.
Get up and come back. No, you hang in there for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
This is the most excited I've seen you about a movie in a while.
I know. I was ready for it. And I just think Anthony Mackie is just a fantastic Captain America. So.
And I've seen him on his little press tour, him and Harrison Ford. They're cute together.
Yes.
Even though I don't know if they're not real friendly, I don't think during it, but like in the movie.
Oh yeah,
But they have good chemistry.
Yeah, they have kind of a love-hate relationship in the movie, but Harrison, his past, he's done some bad things in the past, and so he's trying to prove himself a better person.
Well, if that's not your thing, what are we going to see tonight?
Well, Valentine's Day, there's a great streamer today on Peacock, Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. So if you're into Bridget Jones's Diary, this is the latest. This is the 4th movie in the series. It's hard to believe.
Yet.
She finally got married, and this one starts off when we find out, and this is not a spoiler, her husband died after she finally found him. And so, of course, she's still her same disheveled self. The difference is she's a widow and she's got 2 kids. And so she's trying to juggle motherhood. She's grieving the loss of her husband, trying to decide, do I go back to work? Everybody's telling her, you've got to start dating again. And she doesn't, she just doesn't feel ready. But part of her does, and she, just all the juggling of what her life is going to look like now. But because it's Bridget Jones, everything's a little clumsy, But it is. I haven't finished it yet. I've watched. I think I've got about 30 minutes left,
and it is so
hard. The first one was Bridget Jones's Diary. I can't remember what the second one was, and then you had Bridget Jones's Baby. And then now, Mad About the Boy. But anyway,
she's
it's
so perfect for this
role. She is.
Role.
There, part of the plot, when, she does go out on a date, she starts seeing this guy that's a lot younger than her. He's like almost 30. And they don't say how old she is, but you have to imagine her character's got to be somewhere 45, 50. And anyway, it's just funny because you just see, all the struggles that she had in the very first one, she's still having it. And it's just funny because she's a flawed character, but she's so fun to watch. But all these years have passed, and Renee looks great. I mean, she does not look... she looks like she could go with a 30-year-old guy. They look good together.
I saw her in an interview talking about she doesn't break the accent once she has to get into it until she's out, because she says she worked so hard for it. It's too hard to flip sort of back and forth.
Yeah, and she's so good at it. I had to put subtitles on because she's really good at it.
Yeah, and so that's streaming on Peacock?
On Peacock, so it's out there now.
Any other streamings?
Well, we still have the... I'm drawing a blank, but
now I am too. You made me do that. Well, without that saying though, if you were going to sit down and number one rom-com for Halloween, it's not Halloween. It is for some people for Valentine's.
For me, I think Bridget Jones's Diary. Not that this one is a great one, but the original I think is one of the best rom-coms ever made. And I would definitely watch it if you've never seen it. It came out 25 years ago, so a lot of people haven't seen it. So I would check that out.
Well, I'm sure the boys are excited that there's not like one out. They can go to Marvel if they want to go see a movie.
Yeah.
They don't have to go see a Kiss Me Darling, as we call them in our house. But I'm excited about the Marvel one, so I'll take your advice and we'll get out and go see that one. Hopefully soon. Our family will enjoy that one, I'm sure. All right. Thank you for your time, Tanya. You guys stick with us. We got more for you up next.